why he's spectacular, because he's a very good friend of mine, and he owns a cigar shop.
Joe, what more can you ask for? Plus he came in here wearing green today to celebrate the heritage of the Irish.
Oh,
come on, Joe. Give us some love.
We're going to try not to hold that against him.
Come on,
To
Joe.
be honest with you. Oh, boy. But before we introduce Josh of Burners Cigar Company in Huntersville, actually in Birkdale, I want to remind him and anybody who's going to be on the show, you should be bringing samples. We had the bank president here last week, and I told him he really needed to bring us some samples.
Well, Joe, I think a sample of a fine cigar would be appropriate for today's festivities.
It's exactly what I'm thinking. So let's just skip the interview.
Okay, let's go down to Birkdale.
That's right. Let's go to Birkdale.
Let's go right now.
I just thought I'd wait to see how you treat me before I give out the free stuff.
Oh, okay, nice. That's the
Josh I know.
Smart guy.
That's the Josh I know. Josh Johnson with the owner of Burners Cigar Company in Huntersville, actually in the Birkdale Shopping Center, sort of the Dick's Sporting Good side. It is a fabulous cigar shop. New term, I guess, is lounge, right? You know. Josh, tell us a little bit about your shop. I've been there many, many times. I got an account there. They won't let me in.
Let's call it an invoice. Big one.
Maybe that's how you call that. Anyways, describe your shop to people that are listening, because it is just a wonderful alternative to the big store in Mooresville.
Yeah, so we're a small shop. We're about 1,200 square foot, but we're a Rocky Patel cigar lounge. And what that means is we're a sponsored lounge by one of the biggest companies in the industry. Our store is, for lack of a better word, an experience. That's
a great statement.
Yeah. It is very community driven. Our customers make the store. Without them, it would just be another shop you walk into and buy some cigars and leave. But it is a place where our staff knows their product. We pride ourselves on that, knowing what we're talking about, and our customers make it feel welcome. So you can come in anytime, whether you know anybody or not, sit down and have a great conversation.
You know what's nice about that size is it's just a great size. So everybody, when you go in there, you're going to build. You're smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
You're going to have good conversation, and in a big place, you're going to lose a little bit of that and the intimacy of that.
You lose a lot of that.
Because there's a lot of discussion that happens about smoking a fine cigar, and it's usually good to have that discussion with other customers while you're in there.
Tom, you're so right, because I go to the larger store, and there's many more people there, right? There might be 30, 40 people in there, but I'm still only talking to the 5 or 4 people that I brought in.
Exactly.
When I go to Josh's shop, I'm talking to the entire shop, and we're having a detailed conversation. It is just it's a wonderful feeling that you have created. I really I enjoy it, and it's such an honor to have you here, my friend.
Well, thank you.
Let's back up a little bit. Now, we don't have to go back to 1963, right? In fact, you're not.
Hey, that's my birthday year. Come on, Joe. Come on.
Well, he's not that young. How'd you get in the cigar business? Because I want everybody to know your primary occupation is a fireman.
Yes. So when I graduated high school in 2005, I was working for the Dick's Sporting Goods.
Man, that just hurt.
There in Birkdale Village. And I just started smoking cigars occasionally with my brother, and we just enjoyed it, something we did together. While I was working for Dick's, they opened the former Burners. It was called Outman Knife and Cigar at the time. So I bugged them to give me a job, part-time. Got on with them, grew close with them, stayed on with them, and then eventually the owners were ready to leave the business, and we worked out a deal, and I came in and took over, and then it became Burners.
That's
great.
that.
I've been in the cigar business for almost 12 years now.
So your personal passion and interest just turned into a business.
Yes.
Isn't that great, Joe?
It really is. It's just a great story.
It is.
Tell me real quick, and then we'll go to a break. But how do you manage this business and work full time for the fire department? How do you do that?
With very little sleep. No, I've got a great staff. Rich, my manager, he is unbelievable. I couldn't do it without him. He's been with me for almost 5 years now. And
shout out to Rich.
Yes,
shout out
Rich. He's probably there lighting his first
Rich,
cigar
we'll see you this afternoon.
That's right.
But I've always been very fortunate to have great staff. I mean, I couldn't do it without them. They are there. We're open 80 hours a week. They're there from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and they get things done.
You know, I hear small business people say how fortunate they are to have good quality help, but Tom, you know darn well it's about the owner.
It's about everybody, and the owner is that leader, and that
Yes.
leader. So it's about what you do to appreciate your people.
Amen.
And the examples that you put forward, and you're a great leader, and you're doing great things, and that's why you have great people too. And you've chose those great people, and
Yeah, I mean,
you have a great atmosphere.
I mean, I've seen the way you treat Rich, and it matters, and it absolutely pays off. And when he is talking about you when you're not around, some of it's good.
Yeah.
I'm good with some of it.
That's about all we can ask for.
Some
Josh.
is better than none.
You know, Tom, it is such a pleasure to be here with a small business guy
It
like
is
Josh.
great.
I don't think he realizes how we admire this young entrepreneur.
Young entrepreneur, and you know, I think it's appropriate to ask you these questions, Josh, that I'm going to ask right now. But you know, you're doing great. You're a smart business guy. You have a great business. What kind of expansion opportunities are you looking for? I mean, are you looking to expand this and grow this business?
Be careful, Josh. He's trying to get a client.
Come on, Joe.
Well, we've already talked once before, so I guess I know where I'm
Come
going
on,
anyway.
Joe.
No, I'm always looking for new opportunities to expand. My biggest goal, though, is making sure we do it smart.
Correct.
And don't expand too fast. Don't find a location that's not just right. Really do our research and make sure we're going to be in an area that is going to continue to grow and support our business.
Those demographics are so important.
Yes.
And like we talked earlier, Joe, getting the right lease in play is so important. And there's new regulations that have inhibited Josh's type of business out there that he's got to be careful about, and it's limited the opportunities of where he could go now. So how does that affect you?
Yes, that is one of the biggest challenges in finding.
Did you
new
hear a little
location.
frustration in that?
Well,
Yes.
government,
Very much so.
government.
Yes, it's with the changes in the North Carolina smoking laws from 2009. It limits us on where we can open a new location. We can't go into a strip center or any type of shared building like we are now. We have to go freestanding in order to allow our customers to have a cigar in the store.
And Joe, that's going to limit him to about 90% of his opportunities out there. That's
Yes.
that's hurting.
Yes.
But you can get it done. You're a smart guy, and go for it.
Or he's going to end up spending a lot of upfit to
It's
make
gonna-
something work for him.
It's going to cost a lot more money in a freestanding building. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Rent's going to be higher. And,
You know, let's. I got another question for you, Josh. I know you and I have worked on this a little bit. I've got a small business advisory group that I put together every now and then, and Josh was in that group for a while. And so let's talk about your P&L and the balance sheet. This is always a challenge for a small business person. You started off wanting to be in a cigar business, not wanting to be an accountant.
Yes.
But you find yourself really having to dig into that. Talk a little bit about that, because there's a lot of small business people out there listening, and they're having the same kind of challenges you have.
So I got into the cigar business when I was 24, not expecting to be into the business. It just kind of opportunity came. I jumped on it, but I really went in without doing the best research on the things to do ahead of time. Looking back
Don't feel
5
bad.
years
Most
now,
of us do that.
I tell any small business owner, before you do a thing, find a good CPA and a good attorney, because that will
Amen.
make
It's-
the difference on how you go. Because I spent the last 5 years trying to make sure, get our books back in line, find the right CPA or bookkeeper to help us get everything set up and in good working order so that I can look at those numbers.
And that's
And
why
Joe-
at Local Biz Now, we've got LarryPowers.com and ParkerLawOffices.com.
It's so important to have and surround yourself with the right people. And, you know, I'll add to Josh that budget, that business plan, and I'm going to throw in there, I'll put a plug in, but have somebody represent you in your transactions that knows a market, knows an area, knows the landlords, and knows how to give you good advice on locations, demographics, all of that. Have a good representative.
And
for
Josh,
you.
that's really where I was headed with this. You've learned to go get advice.
Yes, that I can't know everything. You
Yeah.
know, I know the cigar side. I know what's going to help our business grow. But what I don't know is how to evaluate a lease, which I would come to Tom because it's
Right.
this. I mean, you look at it, it's like reading Greek
Yeah.
to me.
Yep.
Because I have no idea. So I need to have somebody that knows this, that wants to look out for me. And the same thing with a CPA or an attorney or anything.
Exactly.
It's just one person can't do it all. And I found that it's better to spend the money on it up front than to go back and try to correct it with.
Josh, I got to correct Tom. Tom, on this show, when you're going to give somebody props, you got to say exactly. There you go.
Okay. Where's that bell? Where's that bell?
No.
Get the bell.
Oh, son of a Tuesday.
I just shut him down.
Josh, he was giving you props with an exactly, just so you know. One of the things that I found interesting with you, which is why I really admire you, that when you and I talk, you are listening. You're the guy taking notes, right? I mean, even now, Tom, he's got a pad in front of him. This is a guy that absolutely is continuing to learn, and you like teaching your employees that they should be doing the exact same thing. I mean, that is such a healthy way to be in business. Talk about that mental thought process.
Well, my philosophy is if we're not learning, we're not growing.
Amen.
So if we get stuck in if we're doing the same thing over and over again, then we're going to stay where we are. We'll just kind of plateau along. But if we are learning new ways to do things, to grow, taking new ideas, applying them to our business, we can grow.
Joe, have you noticed the way he's been talking? That we instead of I.
Yeah.
He's a leader, not a boss.
He's making us look bad.
He's a leader and not a boss, Joe, and that
I
is
agree.
so important. And keep that up, Josh. Your people will take you a far way and they'll help you, and you just treat those people right.
I agree.
I could see you doing that.
Okay, let's talk. Josh is making notes. Josh, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you for
I
having
can't
me.
thank you enough for being a part of this.